As I said in one of my earlier posts, I'm doing some research for a new novel. I've been researching quite a bit what you might call the prepper movement, formerly known as the survivalist movement. Something that I'm not unfamiliar with. I'm a hunter. We store some food. The whole lifestyle is not that far-fetched for me, so I find it interesting. One of the things that I want to talk about today is just this notion that seems to be pervasive amongst the prepper movement that somehow we are very close to either martial law or all-out civil war in this country. And I don't think it's true. Well, certainly there are things you can point to that might make sense for that argument. There's talk about how the government is buying up millions of rounds of ammunition, not only for the military but for Department of Homeland Security and, oddly enough, the Social Security part of the government. Uh, and also, plans about FEMA camps and things like that that could just as easily be, plans in case of natural disasters like hurricanes and things like that. Uh, but the big reason I don't think that we are really near a case of martial law or certainly not a civil war is because, quite frankly, the military and the police are still on our side. Okay, case in point, this whole debate going on right now about gun control. And a lot of people are really afraid that this is the first step of some government cabal that's looking to infringe all of our liberties and institute martial law. If you look at what's happened in New York, where Governor Cuomo just had to be the first governor out there to pass some gun control measures after the Sandy Hook tragedy and ran through this really ill-advised gun control law having to do not only with assault weapons but magazine limits on other guns and registration and things like that. I'm a criminal defense attorney as well as an author. I've talked to lots of policemen. You know what? They don't like this law either. In fact, in New York, they rammed it through so quickly that they forgot to exempt police. So now there's a bunch of police walking around with, magazines in their sidearms that hold 10 rounds, and they are faced with the choice of complying with the law and only putting 7 rounds in a magazine, or risking it and becoming felons and putting 10 rounds in the magazine. Now, between you and me, I hope they put 10 in, because if they're protecting me or my family and they get into a gunfight with the bad guys, I hope they have 10 rounds in their gun instead of 7. Of course, the same argument applies to private citizens, so I think it's kind of a stupid law all around. But that's aside. The talk here is about the police and the military still being on the side of regular Americans. It might be one thing to convince people that there is, like I said, a cabal of legislators or elite political thinkers that want to move the country into a direction of some sort of tyranny or martial law. But don't forget, in America, police officers and members of the military, they don't swear allegiance to a king or to a specific leader or even a specific party. It's not like Nazi Germany. It's not like Italy, Mussolini's Italy. In America, members of the military swear to uphold the Constitution. By and large, most of them mean it, as do police officers. So, if there is somebody in Washington that wants to, control the military and use it against the citizenry, they've got a tough task ahead of them. Because, quite frankly, most of these good men and women are not going to turn around and fire upon honest Americans, nor are they going to be a part of any plan to subvert the Constitution. And as long as that holds true, I think we're pretty safe from some of the fears that seem to be creeping in on this prepper movement. I'm a big fan of the prepper movement. I think everybody should prepare for the worst, put some food aside, have some guns and ammunition to protect you and your family. But I really don't think that we are on the verge of any kind of civil war. At least I hope I'm right. Until next time, SasquatchCamp.com. Thank you.